Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 20 shows Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan ability, but what is arguably her strongest technique, or what her possible strongest technique could be if she unleashes it soon, or in the upcoming chapters, is none other than her Susanoo. Now, do I think she will get it in the next chapter? Probably not, definitely not. But I am curious to know whether or not she has been training on it, or if she kind of understands how to use it, or if she can use it, right? I'm really curious to know what that would be like. It'd obviously be a lot different than all the other Susanoos that we've basically seen. It's just going to be a matter of like what kind of a spin it would have on it, you know what I mean? Like Kakashi's and Obito's, it was all kind of like mashed together. And then Sasuke's is also really different than, say, Madara's, but they're kind of the same. And then Itachi's, and then so on and so forth, right? So I'm pretty sure we're going to get like the pink Susanoo look behind it and whatnot. I'm just really curious to know if she has been training with it. Is it a possibility that she has been like, she understands its power and its uses, and like only to use it in desperate need, like unleash it, you know, because who knows what the basically the black hole, the space-time ninjutsu or whatever, the Mangekyo Sharingan ability that she unleashes is kind of like one thing, but it's not everything. It might not be strong enough to handle what she's facing. So the Susanoo might be her best bet, but even then, what would that really do? So it's about understanding where they could possibly go, or what she could do, or basically what I'm trying to get at is how much training does she realistically have, or has she been working on and been doing, and you know, is working on the Susanoo basically her trump card. That's basically the strongest thing that she could possibly train on, and I'm curious to know whether or not she's like able to do it, able to use it in her battle against the Shinju. And if not, that could be her next step, you know. So we might get a Susanoo training arc, we might get more of her abilities. She'll obviously have to get her Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. She'll have to like figure out how to balance that. She might get a Rinnegan, I don't know. I would hope, or like maybe assume, that she would get one, but you know, we'll come to that bridge when we get there. All I'm trying to say is Sarada, we see Sarada unleash one ability, and then it just got me thinking about all of the other things that she could possibly do. You know, it's got me thinking about the Susanoo in particularly, because that's I think it's like the strongest that it's the strongest ability that she'll probably ever use in the story. And it's also kind of like, it'll take that huge form, unless she makes it like a smaller version of it, where it's like, it just like fits on her body like armor, instead of like making this huge, gigantic, quote unquote, manifestation of like a person in armor. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, right? But anyways, I'm really curious. Do you think we're going to get that next chapter, or the chapter after, or way later on down the line? Because I personally think we're going to get that way later on down the line. It's too early to get the Susanoo right now, especially considering we're just getting this one ability. We got to go through it in steps and give her room to grow and progress and to train, or to figure out how to use those abilities and whatnot in the right, proper way. But until then, until chapter 21, let me know if you guys think we'll get that ability soon. Let me know if that ability will have any huge, like, I don't know, what huge benefits moving down the line, right? Because they're not facing like, I don't know, they're not facing like huge threats. But then again, Sasuke used it against Danzo, and he wasn't like manifesting into this giant thing, right? It worked against Naruto because he could turn into the Nine Tails, and then they could fight each other. So that's just one part of it, I guess. And then after that, I don't know. Do you think we will get Sarada Susanoo next chapter? Or, I mean, I definitely think we won't get it, but we'll probably get it later on down the line. I'm hungry to see all that she can do, or what she's been learning or training on. So until then, until chapter 21, until we get more info on her abilities and what she's been working on and what she's been training for, we won't really know what she's capable of yet. But I'm definitely excited for the Susanoo, her Susanoo, to see what that looks like, how she uses it, how she goes into combat with it. I think it's going to be really interesting, especially with the Shinju being quote-unquote stronger than Jura, or like on par. I think they're stronger, and they were able to like kick through Sasuke's Susanoo. So how much of an upgrade would the Susanoo really be, or how strong would it be? You know, so many questions. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and yeah.